Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and with me today I have Derek Shelton in the house.
What's up, what's up?
And we are here to review AEW Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Live chat, if you could see us, let me know.
What's up, Chris?
It looks like they can see us, right? Ooh, here comes Rob with the initial hate right away.
It looks like it's on because I got it right there.
Oh, okay. So it's working. Sorry, guys. We're having a technical difficulty on our end as far as if this is showing up, but it looks like you guys can see us. We're going to talk AEW tonight. What's going on, Ray Trace? Good to have you in here, brother.
What's up, family?
All right, D. Do you want to just talk some AEW, or do we need to give that hot intro real quick?
Let's go with the hot intro.
Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes.
All right, folks. We are here to review AEW Dynamite. If this is your first time watching the channel, do me a favor. Join the chat. There's going to be people in here talking. We will be reading your comments, letting you know everything that's going on in the wrestling world with AEW Dynamite tonight. So we want to hear from you guys. Hopefully at the end we could take some questions, hear what you guys thought of the entire show. We're getting some comments in already from some people, so this will be very interesting. Also, hit that like button for us. Trying to get to, let's get to 10 likes real quick. I see we got 8 right now, so if you guys are in here and you haven't hit that like button, smash it for me. Also, we're going to talk about the TNT Championship tournament a little bit tonight. Things are getting very interesting as far as that goes on AEW, but these shows have been plagued, I feel, with the lack of crowd and everything else. So I know some people are saying thumbs down show and everything else. You have to remember, what do you have to work with at this point in time as well. Shout out to Original Biggie in the chat. My man Jesus De Leon, Chris DeZuba. He threw up the Dark Order. Cut that, guys. Cut that. Rob's in the chat. Donnie, what's going on, brother? Sonny Bimbo in the chat. What's good, brother? Connor, what's happening? Jeremy Harris is in the chat. We shouted out Ray Trace earlier. And Jeremy Harris is in here, and he's saying what's up to both of us. Yeah, man. That intro was some old school Eric B. and Rakim. Come on, bro. That's Monteezy, bro. That ain't no old school. All right. Rob putting up too many faces. Too many ads. What had too many ads, Ray? Let me know. Let's start it off, D. AEW Dynamite tonight kicks off with a Jake the Snake promo. The promo with Jake the Snake tonight basically brought up the fact that he was telling Cody, don't slip. Don't mess up. He wants Cody to face Lance Archer in the finals. That's how confident Jake is in his man already for doing this. What do you think, D? How have you been feeling about Jake the Snake being incorporated into AEW?
Well, you know, like, as you've stated numerous times, and any wrestling fan should know, Jake the Snake puts out an excellent promo damn near every single time. He puts the effort into it. He's got the heart to do it. He's got the drive to make you feel what message he's trying to put across. So with him doing this with Cody, the Hail Caesar, it kind of gives me chills almost. Just not like, well, maybe close to like how you say when Cody comes out, gives you the goosebumps. When I hear Jake the Snake, promote this feud between Lance and Cody, I'm interested in it like 100%.
And he gave Ray just gave some ads. I don't know why I want to say race when I see Ray Trace. Ray Trace said that too many ads, but maybe it's only in Europe and on Fight TV. That could be. I haven't seen one of those shows yet, Ray. I thought though during the commercials you guys got to continue watching it. Let me know about that. I thought Jake the Snake did an excellent job with this promo here. They're using him very well. Rob put in the group earlier that Jake the Snake's been kind of stuck in a hotel in quarantine ever since all this stuff began. We can't say those words because we'll, get like demonetized and booted off YouTube. But I don't know, man. It's something very, very different to see Jake the Snake back, and I like it.
Yeah, it definitely gets back to like the old school promos that were cut years ago, like back in the Attitude Era. Like you just start feeling that vibe, and it's like I love it,
Now, as far as the next part of this, the commentary team tonight was Tony Schiavone and Le Champion Chris Jericho. He did not let him call him Chris Jericho. He said, "You will call me Le Champion," even though he's not the champ anymore. Chris Jericho did all right tonight. There were a few hiccups here and there between the two of them. As far as like cutting to commercial, we saw the one time again.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what's the issue with this. And then I don't know. Maybe someone needs to review the shows to splice those little moments where that happens. But
yeah, because he didn't catch it. I caught it like as soon as he said it, he was like, "We're going to break, and we're back." And they're like, they just came back, and it was like 2 seconds after. But everybody at this point in time has got a hiccup, so it's not much that you can really say about it. You just got to let it be what it is.
Right. Yeah, that's true when it comes to it. Let's see what some of the people are saying in here. Donnie says that another great promo by Jake the Snake. Ray says Jake the Snake at the end was cut off on Fight TV, so he didn't get to see the whole thing. Jordan comes in and says, join the Derek Order. Cut it out. Ray says sometimes we get to hear extra stuff. Rob says Jake's promos are always fire. Chris says that Jake will never give a bad promo. Ooh. Brandon, what's going on, Brandon? Good to have you in here, B. Appreciate you joining the festivities.
Big
Lance Archer, bro. Lance Archer kicks off the first match. He is facing a gentleman by the name of Alan Angles. I don't know if maybe AJ Styles and Kurt Angle was his favorite wrestler, just combine the words. But we knew why Alan Angles was here, right? He was here to be murdered. Exactly. All right. So the man gets messed up on this show. Lance Archer did, to me, the best move in the entire match was he caught him for a choke slam, and instead of doing the choke slam, he did like a belly to belly over the head suplex with it. Yeah. It looked beautiful. So whoever Alan Angles is, you sold that perfectly, my guy. So keep doing that. Just
don't do it too much. Don't do it too much.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why we keep getting cut off, Jesus. This has to be a YouTube issue if we are getting cut off. I'm not getting any issues on my end anymore, though. So
yeah, it looks like I'm pretty straight on mine. So
yeah, I'm not sure about that. If you're watching live on YouTube, what the issue is, but YouTube's kind of acting wonky because normally I can see ourselves on the screen and I can't. But everyone else can see it, and I'm looking on my phone at the same time just to see if anything else is happening, and it seems to be working fine. So, not sure, guys, what's going on. Prince Rockstar, what's good, brother? He just joined us as well. He said he missed most of the AEW. He was watching the NXT show. Can't blame me for that tonight, man.
Exactly.
Conrad did the Dark Order sign. Oh, no, that was a mistake.
See?
Bro. That was a mistake.
It was bound to happen, Chris. It was bound to happen.
And Obi-Wan said he's good over here as well. So afterwards, Lance Archer hits the blackout. Once again, I love this like reverse Razor's Edge into a bomb kind of move.
Yeah. Works
out well for him. The 1, 2, 3, another dominant win for him. They are putting this guy over like $1 million, and I think they should.
I think this is what has to happen. This goes back to what we talked about before. Like, AEW didn't really have... Well, as of right now, they really don't have that many quote-unquote big men. And adding Lance Archer...
I think they're good now, though. We went through it last time. It was Wardlow, Jake Hager, Luchasaurus, Lance Archer. They've got a good crop of big guys now that they could put in there.
I mean, if you could... should we count Evil Uno?
Nah, I don't think
he's like just under that.
I wouldn't even say that. I think he's just he's a different style wrestler. But when I think of big man, I want someone who's tall, powerful. Yeah. And even then, you don't have to be powerful. Sometimes you can just be tall and get the job done. But they run down the entire card that we're going to talk about tonight. So Tony Schiavone and Jericho do that. And then we get into the next match. It was everybody's favorite girl in the chat, Brit Baker, DMD, versus SHIDA. Now,
my girl.
Whoa, hold on now. SHIDA is a pleasure to watch in the ring. She's actually been, I think, one of the standouts in the women's division. For me personally, she's my favorite. I think that SHIDA is in a good spot. I fear that she's number one contender already, but I think she's building up some goodwill, so I'm not feeling as bad about it now.
Yeah, I still stand by what I said before. I think you have to protect SHIDA and let Brit Baker get the title shot, so that way, because you have to have Nyla. Is it Nyla or Nia?
No, Nyla.
I don't know why I want to keep saying
probably because you haven't seen her in a couple of weeks.
Probably. So Nyla has to have the belt for a good amount of time. As of right now, she's not wrestling, so you really can't have SHIDA take the belt off of her right now. So I would say, like, you have to push Brit Baker to lose that match so that SHIDA can win that title and go on her run.
I think that, though, SHIDA being here during these hard times might say she's dedicated to this.
Well, this is true.
She deserves this. That's what I'm starting to believe that in my own head even. But Brit Baker versus SHIDA, Donnie said something that we said, and so did Jesus De Leon.
No.
Go ahead. You could take it over.
Honestly, this was Brit Baker's best match.
That's what they said. Do you agree?
Yeah, this was. Listen, she. It didn't look like she was out of place.
She had a couple sloppy moments with the I don't know what it's called, the twisty turns as far as
where they were coming in.
Like, for like the underneath suplex, you roll out of it. She had a couple where it looked kind of
a little iffy. Yeah, but you know what though? I think at that point in time, you know, they're both getting like you could see that they were both kind of winded a little bit. And they were just like trying to...
You know what, though? I don't give a damn. It looked good no matter what. So, Brit Baker, hats off to you tonight. Here, little Yankee hat. There you go. Hats off to you, Brit Baker. I thought you did an excellent job in this match. In the match, Brit Baker got a bloody nose. She got knocked, man.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't see how, though.
I don't know. She got hit in the beak. If anybody saw exactly what move it happened on, let us know. But at some point in the match, I just saw her go to the outside, and then she looked into the camera, and I'm like, yo, her nose is bleeding badly. This match had a lot of different things in it, though, that I thought worked out pretty well. So Brit Baker eventually gets back in. They teased that SHIDA's got the match won with the Falcon Arrow a couple times during it. Didn't get the match won. Brit Baker then locks in the lockjaw almost. She puts her in the Rings of Saturn portion of it. She's got the arms locked, and she tells the ref her nose is bleeding. She asked for the glove, which seemed weird.
You know what? It did seem weird, but I thought I had mad respect for it because I'm sure she knows her health history, but. Not to go like, all right, yeah, I'm bleeding, but I'm still gonna do my move. You know, she has wherewithal to have the common sense to be like, give me the glove so I can finish my move, so I'm not getting blood in her mouth.
And you know what though? I think it worked. The fact that she is a dentist and they do wear the glove, so it kind of worked in this match.
Yes,
it just seemed kind of like, oh, that was stupid of you, because her taking the time made it look like, oh, she almost got rolled up. Brit Baker kicks out of that move though. And it leads to some back and forth. I think at one point, too, in the match, Britt tried to have her bite down on the rope to go for the kick.
Yep.
And SHIDA blocked it by standing up and almost put her in a stretch muffler. Big Johnny, my muffler fell out. If you know where that's from, you're a real wrestling fan. And if you don't, after you're done listening to me, just type in Big Johnny muffler on YouTube and you will die laughing. And it relates to somebody who's on AEW, their father, second generation, mufflers. So, what is she to do? She ends up hitting the Chicago Skyline move that Colt Cabana does on the turnbuckle. Yo, Brit Baker, I thought she, like, broke her spinal. Like, she was done, dude.
Yeah, thankfully, she didn't, like, turn all the way around. Because then she would have, like, ugh. Yeah,
dude, but I definitely could feel, like, the back, like, just crack. Yeah, easily. Shout out to my man X in the chat. He knows who has to deal with. Yeah, so the back ends up cracking, and she's in the ring, and then she eats that running knee from Shida for the 1, 2, 3. Bloody nose already. There was nowhere else for Brit Baker to go in this one. Best Brit Baker match. I think the chat agrees with us here.
Yes, better than any match that she's ever had so far.
Mm-hmm. Definitely,
hands down. And Jesus, we'll get to that shortly.
Yeah, bring that up towards the end. We'll do questions at the end because I don't think this one's going to be one of our longer reviews tonight. Best friends. This segment was great. So we cut to like a trailer with Kenny Omega talking to Michael Nakazawa. So they're in there and they're talking about being best friends and having the name and everything else. And they were like, well, Kenny, you're a EVP. Just change the name. You could do that. He was like, yeah, I am an EVP. I guess I could do that. Orange Cassidy comes out of the bathroom in the trailer. Super random. Like, reminds me of Donnie. He just comes out of the bathroom and then opens the door. And then there's Chuck Taylor and Trent.
We heard everything.
They come in saying they heard everything. And they were like, really, guys? Really? This is our livelihood. And you're going to do that to us? And Kenny was like, I'm sorry, guys. And he felt like Michael Nakazawa put him in the middle of this. And the best part was Orange Cassidy then opens up the door for them and they walk out as Kenny and Michael Nakazawa are kind of bickering back and forth. He goes back into the bathroom. Like, it was nothing. Like, I'll be back in 1 second.
Right, exactly. Great segment. You know, you have... It's nice and refreshing to have some comedy in wrestling. You know, so sometimes you can't just do like if it's there, it's there, and it's not forced. That's what is perfect about it.
Prince Rockstar has a pretty good question, Derek. I think I'll let you answer that one.
Chris Jericho was talking about, I believe it's a wrestler that was in the fans who had on a pineapple shirt.
He just kept calling him Pineapple Pete throughout the whole night.
Yeah, Pineapple Pete.
So it worked, man. Listen, they're on Skeleton Crew. I don't know what else we could say that they can do, man. That's just what it is. I see a lot of people saying that AEW is that bad. I'm just giving it to you how I saw it, man. We go through the AEW ranking rundown. I thought that was nice because I didn't watch the video yet this week, so that helped me out to know where people were placed right now.
Exactly.
At the time. Nothing too much has really changed if you've been watching over the last couple weeks. So
you know, it kind of gave me a college sports or just sports in general feel to it. Like they treated it. They're treating wrestling like a sport, like it should be a sport, like it is. Because it is a sport, and when you have rankings, and when rankings are involved in something like this, it is nice to know where everybody stands instead of like them just going, all right, Chris Jericho is 0-1, you know, Cody Rhodes is 2-4,
right?
But you don't know where everybody stands.
Yeah, and I think an important question to ask eventually is, will the TV title have rankings? I don't know if you should. I don't know if it's going to stay that way. I guess that's a question for later on, though, when we get to the further discussion of it. But for right now, they go through the rankings, the rundown. Cool. Moxley and Hager get kind of a promo package. This is like part one of it. I thought they did a really good job hyping up this match. I don't know about you guys. I know some people give Jake Hager a lot of hate from his time as Jack Swagger in the WWE. I always thought that this guy was a star. I mean, go back and watch his matches in ECW. Anytime this dude got in the ring, I thought he put on a really good match. I know he's not the best promo in the world, and maybe he's not the most interesting guy, but these promo packages help, I think,
right,
versus him not having anything else to do.
Right, yeah, and you know, it's... You know, this was definitely put together the correct way. Like, you have to, live chat, name a time where you've seen a promo that was bad. Because it's pretty hard for me to think about what promo was bad in AEW so far up to this point. I can't really think of one.
Are you talking about like the video packages?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're very well done. I don't know. I think someone who, it might be Sick Nick Mondo, who's doing the promos for a lot of them. He's great.
Right.
Especially if he gets in on that. He was the one who did the John Moxley one where he like taped up his fist in the barbed wire and he was bleeding and everything. I thought it was good.
And then also to reiterate what you said with Jack Swagger, you got to think about where the direction is going. You have to think about where creative is going. So the Jack Swagger that we knew isn't the Jack Swagger that we know now.
Well, Jake Hager.
Jake Hager. When you have pretty much free roam to do what you want to do creatively with your character, that's what makes it a lot better. That's why we all love John Moxley the way he is.
Right, he could just do more. And I think maybe he was just in it for too long into that character and people see him that way. But I think Jake Hager is someone who could be a dominant force and someone to be reckoned with. Moxley versus Hager next week, like Jeremy Harris brought up. They do a kind of a rundown promo of it. It won't be the last time we see it, but I thought it was well done.
It was.
It had Hager's wife in it, his trainer.
Yep.
They show Moxley working out, and he's just kind of intense. And he's like, yeah, I know what pain is, and I kind of like it, actually. And they showed the highlights of his matches with Kenny Omega, Jericho, and whoever. I want to address something before we get into the next match by X here in the chat. He said, wrestling is not a sport and should not be taken seriously, and rankings are just a way to make more mistakes. X, I disagree with you on that, bro. I think rankings make more sense. One of the things I can't stand with WWE is the lack of thought process and logic put into it. Are the rankings a perfect thing? No. Would I do them? I wouldn't. But I still think you need to have logic and thought process put behind it. And I think AEW is holding themselves accountable by having that. So then you can't say, well, Darby Allin lost his last 3 matches. Why is he getting a title shot? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Now it's in your face like, bro, the data's right here. Like, this dude shouldn't be getting this. So if you want to make things make sense, build them up.
Right.
We don't have random... Let me ask you this. WrestleMania. Look, I love the Street Profits. They're great. But they defended the titles against Angel Garza and Austin Theory. A put-together tag team. So the Viking Raiders weren't worthy. Hawkins and Ryder weren't worthy. People who teamed up all year. Cool, whatever. He was replacing someone else who was supposed to be his partner. I can dig it. They lost. The next night, you do a rematch. Bro, you just lost the shot at the tag titles. Why would you give a team who has a team together another shot? Right. To me, that stuff doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. You know, WWE logic has been garbage for too much time.
What is the point of the rankings if they restart? The overall rankings don't change. I mean, they restart after a certain time period. I mean, you expect a guy who went 0-21 to build himself back up and he gets 5 wins in a row? And it's like, oh, someone's 5-21. That would look horrible against the thing, too. I see why they do it. I get it. And if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea, bro. I get it. Hey, Zeus, I'm not even going to say anything about Mr. Hager's wife. He will probably beat me down. Original Biggie says it's still real to me, damn it. PR Nightmare, what's going on, Nelson? Good to have you in here. WWE need rankings again. They don't even have rankings anymore, honestly. PR, they never did. They always just, like, kind of, you were slotted for a certain title. Usually, like, European and IC would change a lot, but for the most part, they've just kept you in a title picture.
Pretty much.
Let's see here. Jimmy Havoc had a great record, and we never saw a title shot. You're very wrong, Conrad. I am not very wrong, because there is a caliber of opponent that who did Jimmy Havoc beat?
Yeah, you got to look at it like in sports terms. You know?
I think because we're sports fans, and that's why we see it differently. Like, bro, I watch basketball. I get why a team is ranked a certain way, and then sometimes they spin doctor it. Obviously, they always try to figure out a way to make Duke number 1. I get it.
Listen, if you take it like this, okay? So Duke could be 25-2 and still be in the top 10, but they might be number 8. But then you'll say, well, they're 25-2. Shouldn't they be number 1 or number 2? that doesn't necessarily mean that they should be number 1 or number 2. It all depends on who they beat.
Yeah, if you're beating people from What's the Matter You, who cares?
Right.
Like, okay, you should beat them.
You beat nobody of star caliber. So that's how they're looking at it. Like, if you beat somebody of star caliber and you have this record, that you beating that person could have huge play in where you stand. So if Jimmy Havoc beat, let's just say, who we gonna go with? We'll say
Cody. He beat Cody.
All right, so he beat Cody, right? So then he has that bumps you up, but you lost to somebody that you shouldn't have lost to. Now that backs you down because you could say, well, I beat Cody, but like, yeah, but you lost to this person.
Right. Look at MJF. MJF was in the top. He was number 2 for a long time. He fell out of the rankings because he hasn't wrestled. He hasn't been on TV. Like, I get it, man. Who did Jake Hager beat? He beat Dustin. He's been on a win streak, and he's been a viable part of a faction in 6-man tags beating the Young Bucks.
And plus, he's undefeated.
Right, and he hasn't lost. There's a difference between Jake Hager and Jimmy Havoc. Come on. I mean, listen, we're going to agree to disagree on this point because I'm not going to keep going in with that. But let's talk about the next match. And Derek, I think this is the perfect time to hear a word from our sponsors. This next match, Best Friends with Orange Cassidy versus Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa. If you're getting low on the baby oil and you need a tool for your family jewels, you guys should try out the Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped. It's fine grooming. It says it's for gentlemen, but I think the ladies can use it too.
Definitely.
If you guys check the description box of this video, you guys can get 20% off if you go to manscaped.com and use the code EPW show. Need one for yourself? Get it. If you need one for your father, you need one for a gift, maybe one for your significant other, go ahead. Get one of these bad boys. Exactly. Check it out. Sounds really good. Motor's powerful. Even got a little light on there. So if you're doing it in the dark or one of your lights go out, you can still see what's going on down there if you're trying to go through the jungle, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
But yeah, guys, make sure you check that out. It will help out the Everything Pro Wrestling brand if you do that as well. So use the code EPW show. If not, pass it along to someone who could use it. Let's talk about this comedy match, Derek. Best Friends with Orange Cassidy versus Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa.
There are so many things I can't even address in this because I got to keep it a certain way. So
that's right, censorship. Damn it, censorship with him. There were some weird spots in this. A lot of Michael Nakazawa in the baby oil, like with the chops.
Yeah. Trent
couldn't chop him because he put too much baby oil on his chest. Yeah, like I don't know, man.
Honestly, looking at it, it almost looked like it was water instead of baby.
It might have been. It might have been gimmicked. Who knows?
But I get it though. I get it. It's part of his gimmick. So this is what you have to do. So but there were a lot of suspect stuff going on in this match.
Right. Yeah. Obviously there was, but I think that you can put this all together and say that it was like a comedy match for the most part, but they tried to keep it athletic at the same time.
Yes. Also, you know what? This was actually perfect too because everybody is, we're still going through this whole pandemic thing and everything. Sometimes you just need to step away from life and just have a good laugh at something. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just something to get your mind off of stressing out so much. This is a hard time for everybody. Like for me, it's not so hard, and well, actually for both of us, it's not so hard because we're essential workers, but it's still hard because my daughter doesn't get to go to school. I mean, she's got to do homeschooling until everything gets put back into order, and everybody else's kids got to go through all this crap. So it's hard, and then when you have something like this just happening out of the clear blue, I couldn't even say this was a negative because it was just funny to me. And
right,
and that's what you got to look at. You got to say, you know what, we needed a good laugh.
I think the live chat's gonna disagree on this, but I thought that I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this match, kind of with them. So Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, they go through a lot of this stuff, and I don't know. They did the baby oil on the ropes, sliding, trying to cross the ropes. They did a lot of goofy stuff, and I think it was because Michael Nakazawa was there, probably filling in for Hangman Page, who's not there at the tapings.
Right.
Like I said, guys, there's going to be a lot of wonky stuff going on right now because they're missing some people. I don't think Nyla Rose was there for any of this. Hangman Page isn't there, so you kind of have to make, well, this is what we got, and we need to put on shows right now because we promised 52 weeks of content. Let's tape a bunch of stuff and just tape a bunch of matches.
Right.
So they're trying to move forward, but at the same time, you guys know this wasn't the original plan.
Right.
I'm also pissed. There should have been a disqualification in this match. Aubrey clearly saw Orange Cassidy dive through the ropes onto Kenny on the outside after the spot with Nakazawa, which was great, by the way, where they went for the hug.
Yeah.
And then he just moved. And then Michael Nakazawa squirts the baby oil on his face. Yeah. He takes the glasses and then throws them into the crowd. And then he just busts out another pair of glasses like, yeah, I'm done with this. Orange Cassidy's still over, man. I'm telling you.
You could look at it as Orange Cassidy meant to hit Nakazawa, but then Nakazawa moved out the way.
Man, look, I'm not trying to hear it.
Just saying.
Orange Cassidy shouldn't be interfering in the matches, period. We need some referee order that's going on around here. Underwear. The underwear spot. Bro, Michael Nakazawa is one of the nastiest dudes. I don't know how they do this. I don't want to know how they do this. This can stay as part of Secrets of Wrestling for all that I care about. The underwear spot on his hand, freaking gross. It's ended up touching Trent's face. They put it on Kenny's face. Weird. It was a wild spot. But in the end, Kenny ends up getting booted to the outside, and a Storm Zero is hit on Michael Nakazawa for the 1-2-3. Best friends get the win, and I thought they should have got the win.
Yeah, they should have, because it didn't make sense for Kenny and Nakazawa to win it, because then you'd be taking the gimmick away from best friends. And then you'd have to split them up or change the name. And we don't want that. So the right people went over.
Yeah, a lot. So everybody in the chat is basically shitting on this match right now, and I'm gonna give you your just due.
And that's fine. That's fine. I didn't take this match seriously. Once I saw Nakazawa, I was like, I'm not taking this serious. I'm not taking this serious at all.
Right. Let me see here. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm reading a bunch of comments going back to the long topic that we were on before this. I'm not worried about thumbs down either, PR. Whoever did that, they're probably NXT fans. But, it's only AEW fans who are jerks. Trust me, it goes both ways. I believe it.
It definitely does.
Shout out to Jesus in the chat, too, for saying some of the stuff that I want to say, but I can't, to go back to that. Where am I here? So this was decent but a goofy match, Donnie said. Casey said this show blew. It was like a pube getting stuck in the clippers. They need to get a Manscaped to make sure it's better next week. Well, use the promo code EPW show if you do that. I agree, Casey. And Rob said, he went back to Sammy. I'm done with the rankings thing. I'll argue that another time with you guys. This match was awful, Rob said, and it's all Kenny and Knox's fault. This sucked terribly. Everything about it was trash. This was why it was almost a thumbs down for me. Chris Zuba said it was horrible. Let me see. Rob agreed this sucked, Casey said. I'm going to sit in the corner like Bailey did when Sasha got pinned. What is this? Let me see. The rankings are... Oh, I'm done with that. Damn it. This keeps popping up like in the middle of all this. Derek, when I need to step away from reality, I don't want to eat a shit sandwich. Y'all giving this too much of a pass. This fucking sucked. If this happened on any other show, the wrestling world would be shitting all over it. Well, I think that passes are given on the other show too. Like I said, dude... I can't look at this.
We're not going to talk about how everybody's giving a pass because they want Becky Lynch to go 365.
Yo, chill
saying.
with that. But time out. I'm not bringing up Becky Lynch or the other company right now. What I'm saying with this is, when you get Michael Nakazawa in the ring, I expect this goofy shit. Like, I just know it's coming.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of it, but I haven't seen Michael Nakazawa in weeks, so I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Right.
It's what it is. Hangman Page ain't there. They're not defending the tag titles. Like I said, I think I'm just trying to be kind to the circumstances that are involved in all of this.
Right.
It's not like they were like, you know what, let's put Hangman Page out there instead. Because number one, that would make more sense. And they're just stuck where they are right now with a lot of these things. They're probably like, Nakazawa doesn't get enough screen time. Put him out there with Kenny.
Right.
Okay. And he's got to do his goofy shit.
And Nakazawa's pretty up there in age, right?
Huh?
Nakazawa's pretty up there in age.
Yeah. He's just there because I think he's Kenny's buddy, truthfully speaking. People said True should have been a DQ. X says Aubrey Edwards sucks. It's like saying the Fat Boys were the best rap group because they were funny. No one ever would say that, Chris. Honestly, they're not in my top 5. I believe that. Should have been a DQ. This was donkey shit, Casey said. And what about when the OC took out the Butcher, or Orange Cassidy took out the Butcher? That was a DQ. But they didn't see that. I know Aubrey saw this one. I saw her look, and I was like, yo, you saw that.
Exactly.
How can you call wrestling seriously if they do defecation spots? NXT is pretty bad. I hope AEW is better. NXT has some good talent, though, from what I've seen. Okay. Let's see. Becky Lynch breaking them CM Punk. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if they did that. That's why a lot of guys are there. Prince Rockstar is I'm saying JD from New York women's wrestling. What? I'm not saying that as far as women's wrestling is concerned. I think it's at its highest peak. I've never seen more people care about women's wrestling. I think a lot of people love it. NXT did great tonight, Jeremy Harris said. Okay, I'm going to check it out after this. I promise you guys. Promise you that. Let's see. Casey says Kenny doesn't need to be wrestling in tag matches if he's not with Hangman. They don't need to do the shits just to do shit.
I mean, but you got to work with what you got.
Right. He did a singles match last week. What was he going to do? Another singles match again this week against them?
And Hangman is on lockdown. He can't go nowhere. So, I mean, what do you expect? If that's the case, then you might as well shut down AEW until...
A lot of storylines probably got debunked. There was no Arn Anderson tonight in people's corners. Tully Blanchard wasn't in Shawn Spears' corner. Spoiler alert before we get to talk about that. There's just things that are happening right now. It sucks. I'm just glad that there's a show even being put on, because right now, honestly, wrestling should probably be shut down. Right. Truthfully speaking. Right. It's not a necessity of life to have wrestling on. No. And I said it, and I'm everything pro wrestling, so you know I'm not playing about this.
Right. You gotta go with what's put in front of you.
Best friends get the victory here, right? Matt Hardy. He begins to talk about the Elite Deletion. I don't know if that was a challenge for everyone in the Inner Circle or if it was just specifically for Chris Jericho. But I do like the part with Vanguard 1. And he was like, what happened to that Jericho shirt that you had? And then he was like, it's fire. And he was like, it's fire like you like it? And he was like, no, it's dumpster fire. And then they showed the shirt burning in a canister.
Oh yes, dumpster fire.
Yeah, so Matt Hardy did phenomenal with this. So it seems like they may do a show from the Hardy compound coming up.
That's what it seems like. But I want to say it's just no. I want to say it's the whole Inner Circle.
No, time out. Yo, I'm tired of explaining myself and coming back to these points. Casey saying Kenny can't do another singles match. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying Kenny can't keep beating tag teams in singles matches because, okay, well, why should anybody get a tag team title shot against you guys if you beat them all, Kenny? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're just putting people down, but you also don't want Kenny to go down. And maybe the rankings are a problem with doing something like that. Whatever. I think that Michael Nakazawa taking the pen here doesn't hurt them. It helps the best friends, and Kenny takes a loss while he got to work with his friend at the same time. Yeah. It was kind of like strange tag team partners. Yeah, so Jesus says we're finally about to get a deletion match. I think that'd be good. I don't know. I wonder how different it'll be with the AEW people involved in it, because Jeremy Borash has produced most of them since then. So it'll be interesting to see that. Do you guys like Technical Work Rate Productions on YouTube? I'm not familiar with who they are, X. I would check them out if you give them the recommendation. Let me know in the chat. Jesus De Leon says, Matt versus Jericho compound match coming soon. I'm down with that.
Yeah, that'd be a good match.
I'll watch it. Put Knock in a match with someone else if you want to get him out there. Absolutely, Casey. They could have did that. I'm not disagreeing with that, but it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made the decision already, is how I'm putting it. Kenny probably wanted to work with his buddy. People do it, man. Listen, we don't shit on the Click for when they did it.
Right. And plus, you also got to think, like, if you put, they've worked with each other. So why would you put someone in a match when they're both there that hasn't worked with you at all? Then you're really asking for a shit match. Versus, all right, well, this match isn't gonna count for shit anyway, so I'm taking it for what it is.
I don't know who calls it in the ring anymore either. I mean, I guess that's something that I don't really care about as a fan, but it just depends on what your style is.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, Kenny and Knock have worked together in New Japan. They've worked with each other in New Japan. They know each other's style. They know how they wrestle against each other, and they know how they wrestle with each other. So if you put Knock with someone else, I get what you're saying, but that chemistry may not look like it should.
And that might be a worse match, too, if you're trying to keep viewers hooked onto it. Because they were going up against NXT this week, which was tough.
Right.
And PR chokes out Jesus at the next pay-per-view. Hold on. He said Derek versus Donnie, Conrad versus Bobby. PR chokes out Jesus at the next pay-per-view. Jesus said book it. Oh, thank you. I needed a laugh, man, because I was getting too serious with this. Rob says, I think they should split up some tapings between the Hardy compound and the Bucks backyard and Marshall School to break up the monotony of having no crowd. I agree, Rob. That's it. That's all I can say. That I agree. If they let them have it, do it, man. A lot of wrestling fans are having severe issues. Yeah. They have a lot of good segments. They're highly recommended. I will check that out, X. Thank you. Let's see here. It would help meet capacity regulations to help relax the travel. Cool. Oh, Donnie says he's down. Bust him up, D. Bust him up. New Jack style. Doo doo doo. Hit the NBK theme. Let me see. Plenty of guys standing at ringside that I haven't seen in the ring. Put Billy Gunn and his boy in there. They've been, so Casey, some of these people have been used. They're on Dark, though. Like, I've seen them on Dark. So I know, like Pineapple Pete that they were talking about, he wrestled on Dark already. I know who he is. That Jericho just called him that, like, to do it. So I don't know if you guys aren't seeing Dark or if you're not just remembering, but a lot of those guys have already been on there. They're the indie talent that Tony wanted to pay money to, so that way they had some cash in their pockets because they're not working right now.
Right.
Let's get to the next match. Lee Johnson versus the Exalted One, Derek. Brody hit that nice Eddie Guerrero flip in this one.
A.K.A. Hilo.
Oh, okay. All right. Respect. I respect the wrestling knowledge. Or
Hilo. Donnie, help me out with that.
I'm going to go with Hilo for it.
I want to say it's Hilo.
Yeah. Brody hit that Eddie Guerrero flip, though. Very agile for a big man. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be calling him Mr. Brody Lee now or what.
As far as I'm concerned right now, it seems like everybody's just saying Brody Lee. Mm-hmm. Unless if it's in the Dark Order, then they're calling him Mr. Brody Lee.
Yeah. Casey, I'm going to argue with you another time. You guys are killing me in the chat tonight. So, Brody Lee hits the Eddie Guerrero flip. He hits the spinning sidewalk slam, and then he gets the victory with the clothesline. This is another simple squash match here. Before this, though, he did have that segment with the creepers, I guess we'll call them.
Yeah. Where
he respected the one guy who came dressed up in the suit, and the other two who were the guys in like the wrestling attire with the Under Armour shirt on and everything. He told them that they need to get their act together.
Yeah.
So I like
basically got to look professional.
Right, and I think that he was kind of. I like the fact that he's kind of taken on like this. He's the CEO of the Dark Order. And he's going to hold people accountable for what happens. I think it adds to his character.
It definitely
more than
does.
anything else.
It has to be what it is. Like, you run an organization, and what are you supposed to do in an organization? You're supposed to, if you're the leader, you have to be dressed. If you're going out to recruit people, you have to be dressed. So if you go out and just wear the wrestling gear, no one's really gonna take you serious. So with him being him dressed up serious, and then he has the one creeper dressed up serious, and the other two aren't. Who are they gonna believe more? Those two or those two?
Jesus is wondering who he should feud with first. Who are you thinking, D? Who do you think would be like the perfect first feud for them? Because honestly, I feel like the Dark Order are number one contenders next in line for the next title shot at a pay-per-view.
Yes.
So that will put Brody in kind of an awkward, compromising position. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that he could feud with on a singles level because Hangman and Kenny got the tag belts. The Bucks are out. It really can't be Cody, I don't think.
Honestly, I would say it has to be the Inner Circle.
No, you think that he would clash with them? I think that they're both heel factions. I don't see that happening. I'm just trying to put a name out there. I can see it maybe being a Darby Allin, or he could go in there and face off against Dustin and QT. It seems like they've been having kind of a beef too.
I get, yeah.
Maybe take on both of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel it was another shot to Vince McMahon? All right, so
this one I don't think it was.
I think after that first week with the sneeze and everything, I don't think these are shots at Vince McMahon. I think the character may be portrayed off of a boss, and maybe they're using some Vince-isms that Brody Lee picked up that he was like, yo, this would be a cool character if I was a boss, kind of like Vince, and I did all this stuff to people.
Exactly.
I think that would work, and maybe he's taking some inspiration from it, but I don't see this being like, they're poking fun at Mr. McMahon. I don't see it anymore after this. Yeah. I don't know. Do you? Do you think it's all making fun of him?
No, I think after the sneeze at the dinner table, I think after that, I don't think it's really a play at Vince or anything. I think now it's just him portraying himself as like, I'm the leader of this faction, of this order, and now I'm showing you who the boss is.
Let's see here. Casey wrote, Dark Order needs to progress. They can't have Brody Lee just being I'm not saying that word on live on air, to the underlings.
I agree. I mean, but they also need to go out and recruit more, because like the recruiting is kind of sparse. You know what I mean?
Right. I think though that you need to have those people who are the underlings who are going to take the beat downs and the losings for them. It works. And shout out to Rob for saying we are the Samoan SWAT Team 2000. Don't they have unfinished business with SCU? They do, but I feel that's a good point, Rob. But don't you think they're? Am I wrong? Yeah. Am I wrong for thinking that they're the next number one contenders for the tag belts? Though I feel like they are.
I don't think you're wrong with it. I think because they haven't lost.
Casey said there's got to be a reason that they keep putting up with it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So as far as this goes, we'll have to see where the progression goes with the Exalted one next week. Let's talk about the main event, Derek. Cody Rhodes and Shawn Spears had some excellent video packages throughout all of this. I love how they played off their history. I thought Shawn Spears delivered.
He did.
I know a lot of people talk shit, and Shawn Spears isn't top 5 anything because he doesn't win. And Shawn Spears has been doing the search for a tag partner thing. He was disgusted by the Nakazawa stuff in the crowd with the baby oil. But he's still looking for the tag partner, so they're trying to keep that up as well.
Yes.
As part of the storyline. So we look at this, and we have the first quarterfinal matchup for the TNT Championship, Cody versus Shawn Spears. If you guys haven't, check out the promo packages. It's well worth it. Cody and Spears just tore it up in this one. I thought they did well. But I have to harp on something. So see, everybody who's like, oh, you guys aren't going to say anything bad, we're about to say something bad about this match.
Yes.
It's coming, so just wait for it. Cody hits the cutter off of the rope on the Spears. What is this? Good Gourd Buster.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, tribute to Arn Anderson. He's always did that move for him, though. Cody misses the moonsault as well in this match. Spears was hitting a pile driver. Nice to see pile drivers being used in matches.
Exactly. Long time move that you can't really just like I get it. I get why they kind of pulled away from it.
Look at Stone Cold. What happened to his neck? You messed up a big proposition for him.
Right.
Yeah, so the pile drivers hit. Spears hits a suplex on Cody onto a guardrail. Problem. Here we go. So this spot happened, and Cody got put through a table on the outside via a C4. And, bro, I've got an issue with this. Where the frig are the DQs, bro? DQs should be happening in these matches. Am I the only person feeling like this?
No, I feel like it sometimes. You know, sometimes I'm like, definitely should have been.
Or it needs to be explained that there's like ECW-esque rules to this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
but you know what? Jericho did say something said something about Aubrey doing playoff rules. He said something about playoff rules.
What, letting them go?
Letting them go.
I guess, but that needs to be established then throughout this.
It does. No, I'm not like saying like that was the end all be all like right there like that's why there's no DQs being called, but it would make sense as to why they're not being called. But it should be established like we're doing playoff rules.
No, Casey, I thought this was match of the night. I'm just questioning the logic, though, behind the booking. If these matches are no DQ, tell us. I complain about the same thing with WWE when there's an elimination match and they don't build it as that. And then they're like, oh, this is an elimination match. And I'm like, thanks for telling me. Like, I watch it every week. I should know if it's an elimination match. This should be like for dummies. Like, okay, everybody should know this is an elimination match. This is the story we're trying to tell.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you think about at WrestleMania, the match with the
women. At least Michael Cole said it this time, and right. I was like, okay.
But until before he said it, I thought it was just
a first pen 5-way match.
Yeah.
Yep. Same thing, dude. You gotta do this. You gotta
specify.
Right.
You need to specify.
Jeremy Harris asked, "Do you wish that it was you that was the leader of the Dark Order?"
Oh, I am.
Who will be Shawn Spears' partner? I have no clue. I think they're gonna have to go outside and find someone for it. And who will win?
Be a dark horse.
Who will win the AEW championship, bro? There's 3 people in my mind who could win it, and I'm just stuck on this right now because I don't know how this is gonna play out. It's got to either be Lance Archer, Cody Rhodes, or Darby Allin. I think Darby should win it. That's how I would book it, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Jesus says, I mean, they did say they don't want to do any DQs in AEW. Where was that, Jesus? Let me know about that. Because I think this is playing off of Tony's love for ECW, too. Because no offense, let me say this about DQs. DQs suck in any type of matches. Like, I can't stand them. Like, go back and watch those old WrestleManias, like, from way back in the day.
Those do suck.
Yeah, like, dude, why the hell did someone hit somebody with a steel chair or double countouts? You're just like, dude, that sucks. Come on. Right. I think for TV they're okay. I just don't want to see them on pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Unless it's going somewhere, you know?
And you can always tell when a DQ is coming, and then it's just like the easy way out. And then they never say like, oh, like okay with Seth and Owens, DQ match, but Owens calling back said, no, we're not doing this. We're gonna finish this match and be done with it.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer Rob's question in 1 second, but let me finish this. So the C4 happens through the table, right? Cody waits till 7. I know Dustin learned that from Shawn Michaels. I saw one of his classes that he was giving about how to do moves and stuff. Cody gets up and then he slides into the ring. They go back and forth here a little bit, and Cody ends up hitting 2 crossroads on Shawn Spears. Beautifully hit. It was kind of like the exclamation point to the match. 1, 2, 3. Cody gets the win, but not from that. He gets the win from a figure 4 leg lock. He locked it down. We haven't seen somebody win with that move with like a pinfall in mad long, dude. I like the fact that he pulled down Spears' knee pads.
Yep.
And honestly, if you've ever been put in a real figure 4 leg lock, he should have pulled down the other knee pad. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Minor detail. He ends up locking in the figure 4 though, and I like how Shawn Spears sold it like he was in so much pain that he couldn't even lift his shoulders off the mat to do it.
He was in way too much shock to move, and that was that yet again another different way to end a match instead of using a finisher. Just saying.
Right. Rob says that Spears should have won. I don't agree with that. Because of how he's been booked up until now. I don't think Spears should be winning anything. How long is Tully going to put up with this loser? Rob said he's approaching Brandon Cutler territory. Pause, Rob. Brandon Cutler and your man from the Librarians, Peter Avalon. That's a whole different territory than Shawn Spears. Yeah. Shawn Spears has just been tagging with like some horrible tag partners, and he's been in some bad crap matches, but he's beaten Joey Janela. He's got some dubs under his belt. Let's see here. We just got the question: how many wrestlers are legitimate? Derek, get Conrad's inhaler. Chris, I promise you, I could fight, bro. Like I don't need no damn inhaler. Darby should win it. See, Jesus agrees.
Prince
Darby will win. X says that I think a heel should be the first champion. So, yes, Casey is thinking exactly like I am. He says Lance cost Cody against Darby in the semifinals. Then Cody gets his revenge by costing Lance in the finals against Darby. Darby wins the belt and furthers his feud between Cody and Lance. Agreed. Yeah. Because this puts Darby Allin over, who I think he deserves the spot for everything he's done so far.
He has. Because he had a huge push with the whole feud with the Inner Circle. And you can't stop that. If you stop that, then people are gonna be like, well, that was fun while it lasted. Let's move on to the next one. And then you kind of just fall off of the Darby Allin bandwagon.
Right. What's going on, Aubrey James? I saw you put a message in here, but then it's gone now. So good to have you join us in here. With that being said, though, tonight AEW, I'm gonna ask the chat: thumbs up or thumbs down? I think NXT sounds like it was the more exciting show tonight. I tuned in for parts and pieces of it. I won't give out any spoilers for what happened. But, yeah, if you guys have any questions that you guys want to line up, we'll take some questions real quick for about 5 minutes, and then we'll get ready to head on out of here. I can fight, don't test me, Prince Rockstar said. Listen, bro, I'm just saying, people said I need an inhaler. You can come find out, bro. I'm the most athletic big man you'll ever meet. You're going to go toe-to-toe for a long time. Let's see here. Aubrey said, I think Sammy Guevara should win the title and have tension with the Inner Circle as Jericho is jealous and have Darby chase it from Sammy. I liked him in that role, but I think Sammy could be a television champion first. I hope that's the belt you're talking about. Because if that's the case, then yeah, that could be something that works eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Krista Zuba said, I would like to see Darby win it. Jesus said, thumbs up. Pretty good show for me. I'm going to give it the slight thumbs up. It was a good effort, but it's not one of their best shows. This is on the lower tier of their shows, in my opinion. Not mad at it at all.
But you can't fault it too much because, like we said before, given the circumstances, you can only do so much.
Casey said it's a push. I thought I enjoyed the women's match in the main event. The rest was I thought the promo work was pretty good tonight, though.
Yeah.
Jesus asked thoughts on Anna Jay and AEW. Derek, I'm gonna let you take this one first.
Wait, what happened?
Anna Jay, the person from last week.
Yeah. I think this is a great signing for her to come in and wrestle. Well, who she wrestled? She wrestled Shida, right?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, so for her to put on that much of a display of talent in her first match, because was she on Dark? Was she on Dark?
No, Anna Jay wasn't on Dark. She was on Dynamite last week.
Right. Was she ever on Dark though?
As far as I know, no. But I have missed a couple of the Dark matches though, just doing stuff around the house.
Okay, so in any case, just for her being on Dynamite and performing the way that she did with a top women's wrestler, contender, I love this signing. This signing was great to me. She definitely by far. If you want to know how great I think she is, or how great of a signing this is, she put on a better show than Brit Baker's full match cards on the whole show, on the whole situation. Period. Like Brit Baker, you have to compile all her matches to get a good match. If you take the one that she had tonight out, if you take that out, name a really good match that she really had.
I mean, she's had some good 4-ways. I thought Britt Baker's. She's had a couple.
But I'm saying like performing by herself, 1-on-1.
Man, leave Brit alone. Listen, I'm not even gonna compare her to Brit Baker. I just think
I'm not comparing her either. I'm just saying, like, you came in guns blazing, and you weren't sloppy for your first match. Like,
no, time out.
Should have been
time out. No. See, I'm not taking shit tonight from people. That's not what I'm saying with Shida. I'm saying Kenny Omega is the tag team champions. Like, I completely understand it, but Kenny Omega can't be in singles matches beating tag team wrestlers every week. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
That was it. Like, you have to at least mix it up with Kenny. Like, have him do something else. Honestly, I wouldn't even had Kenny on the show tonight because we just saw him last week. We just saw Shida. I want to see some different people now. So they got to figure out a way to switch it up. Rob says the exact same thing I'm thinking. Anna Jay can only help bring up the division. Bring back Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter's doing work in Stardom, Rob. She ain't coming back for a little bit, I would say, for right now. And they're on hold, too. Let me see. There is... all right. I think we're talking about a completely different situation here. Sick. Britt Baker had a good match tonight. I don't know if you saw AEW, bro. I saw you came in here.
Sick. Her match tonight was good.
Yeah,
it was definitely good. Definitely better than what she's done in the past.
Let's see here. He asked, "What do we think about the new tag team on NXT, Indusher, who attacked Matt Riddle?" And I hope I said that name correctly for their tag team name.
I'm not buying it.
You don't like that? I like them as a team. I think Malcolm Bivens, has not been used to any of his potential yet. Malcolm Bivens is an excellent manager, and he's actually a funny dude to follow on Twitter. Just a good personality overall, and I hope that they let him and it's Robert Stone now. I almost called him Robbie E. Robert Stone. I hope they let these guys actually build some stables up and do some credible things in NXT. You have to give them the right people, though. I like Chelsea Green being with Robert Stone, and I do like this team being with him as well, because he's going to take it serious, and he's going to make them seem like they're out to be monsters. They're some big dudes, bro.
They are, but they were sloppy on the attack.
Here, I'm not even addressing that. I don't know what it is tonight. People must be really pushing buttons, bro. We need more B. Priestley, Jesus says. Who said he has to be facing tag team people in singles matches? You're saying that, not me. But Casey, so why would Kenny Omega just keep being in random singles matches at this point? He's not feuding with anybody.
As of right now, he doesn't need to be in a singles match.
He's not fighting anybody who is in the top tier talent at this point. Like, he already defeated Pac, so to me that was kind of like okay, I can focus on the tag division now. After he did that victory, cool, whatever. He'll have a singles match here and there with like Trent. That was a great match, I thought, when those two locked up. I'm just saying you can't do this every week. Like, honestly, next week, I think give Kenny Omega the week off. Let other people come on and shine on the show. Yeah. If you got Jimmy Havoc, put Jimmy Havoc out there instead. Let Jimmy Havoc go out there and friggin' have a hardcore match with Nakazawa. Beat his ass for all I care.
Oh, get some of the dark people that you got up there.
Yeah, let people who are on AEW Dark go out and just do some different things.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Let two of those guys wrestle and give them a shot. Just say, hey, go out there. You got 10 minutes. Do what you do.
Exactly.
Let me see. Larry Johnson, don't hate AEW, but I do wish they had a little bit more of a roster.
I can see that.
Do you think their roster's small, though? They only have one show right now. The second show never launched, so they don't need more people at the moment.
True. But at the same time, though, I mean, there are not I don't want to say force fed. They're not force fed, but you see a lot of people often.
True that. Let me see here. Who's been kidnapping people on NXT? I don't know. That's very interesting. We'll have to see what's going on with that. I have not seen or had any reason to have anybody in my mind yet, but we'll have to see what happened this week. I can't wait to check out NXT. Malcolm Bivens is money. Thank you, Rob. That tag team is going to fail. Prince Rockstar says, let's see what they do. I don't want to say anyone's going to fail. Let's see. Poor Conrad go off on him. Sick asked the question, need to clear this up. So you are or aren't a Lupe Fiasco fan?
definitely a Lupe Fiasco.
Yo, timeout, bro. No, this is what I said to Brian yesterday, because I said in past tense. So when me and Brian were talking, I was bringing up when I first heard Lupe Fiasco, and I said, yeah, back then I wasn't a Lupe Fiasco fan when I first heard him. Honestly, dude, I told people I didn't want to listen to Lupe. I'm like, who is this? Oh, that's that Pharrell looking dude. I'm not listening to this garbage. And someone was like, yo, bro, give it a chance. You need to listen to it. So I am a Lupe Fiasco fan. But back then, in past tense, I used the word was. Cleared up, right? We're good? Damn.
They're going after you today.
Why would he be in random tag matches with people who aren't his partner? That's stupid too. I said that.
Yeah, it is stupid, but I mean, if you have, what are we gonna have? Singles matches all the time?
All right, so we can agree. So he's thinking Kenny Omega doesn't need to be on TV. Great, I'm done with that. Like, he doesn't need to be. Sick. He's the biggest Lupe fan. Listen, bro, I missed Lupe Fiasco's free concert at my college because I was taking two of the hardest courses at the same time. I am still pissed to this day that I missed that concert, bro. I went home crying, knowing I could have went to see that. Sick says I'm trolling. Thank you, Sick. Wrong night to troll, bro. It's been rough. Where's Nyla at? Probably at home, quarantined. Favorite Lupe album? Oh, don't make me pick, bro. Don't make me pick. I'm gonna say it's between The Cool and Food and Liquor 2.
Yeah.
It's tough. That's tough for me. Those would be my two that it would probably be between.
Wait, which one? What album did he do that he didn't want to do?
Lasers,
okay.
And I still think Lasers had good content on it. There's good messages behiund them, but it's poppy. They tried to force him to do stuff on it.
Yeah, I'd say The Cool and Food and Liquor too.
You gonna get 2 minutes and 2 minutes of Conrad Macho Man fingers. Ooh, yeah. Let's see here. Why don't you guys do an NXT review? So, X, if you go back in the past, I used to review Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. My love for WWE sunk to new lows, bro. Listen, I still say this. SmackDown is terrible. You couldn't pay me enough to watch that. I honestly, we have it on in the background when we're watching it, but usually, dude, I'm bored to death. Dog food, mascots. I just want something to happen of relevance that's storyline matters. Why can't we have SmackDown like it was in 2016, 2017, bro? SmackDown was good back then. I didn't mind it. Those were great times to review shows, and that was when I first was starting on YouTube. Now, what the hell, dude? I don't understand what this is, man.
Yeah, it's very painful to watch.
It's by it. It's by it. Larry Johnson says he loves Tetsuo and Youth. Yes, I actually have that sitting up here on my wall of favorite albums. Jay-Z Blueprint's up there too. I'm a big Jay-Z fan as well. Some of my favorites aren't even my top 5 rappers of all time, but they're just personal favorites. I'm a huge Joe Buttons fan as well. This man can go on and on about indie rappers from the early 2000s all day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's see. So NXT, I would love to review it if it wasn't on the same time as AEW, and I'm trying to dedicate reviews to different brands. AEW doesn't have as many pay-per-views, so this is kind of the love I get to show to AEW on a weekly basis. And I like AEW. It's my favorite probably out of all of them right now. It's between this and New Japan. We need Colt versus Omega as a match. Yeah, we'll get that later on down the line, I think. Bruce, where's Mustafa Ali? Mustafa Ali is letting out the truth. He's the one who snitched on Sonya Deville, I believe. SmackDown's been terrible for 2 years. The Lasers tape that was... where am I here? The Lasers tape that was supposed to release over the Lasers album that actually released. Agree, Rob. Raw is okay 1 week, then the next week it's garbage. I agree, Jesus. That's why we don't mess with that as well. Dog food for life. Chris, stop. It's just bad. See, I don't watch WWE anymore right now. Just pay-per-views, that's it. Whoa, Prince Rockstar said Lil Wayne over Jay-Z. I'm going to disagree with that, sir. I like Lil Wayne, but I don't think Lil Wayne has the longevity that Jay-Z has.
I'm not going to go on that rant.
Yeah, we're just
not doing that.
WWE sucks, Raw sucks, SmackDown sucks. I hate what they did with that company and what it's become. I agree, Donnie. I don't know what happened to WWE. I don't know how they lost like their vision to write stories. Who will be called up from NXT to the main roster? They already got Bianca Belair.
I don't think you call anybody else up right now.
I think after Adam Cole loses that NXT title, I think the Undisputed Era's got to go up, man. There's nothing else for them to do.
I guess, yeah.
I think if you're going to keep Gargano and Ciampa down there, you don't need Adam Cole to stay down there. I just pray for him, in my opinion. Prince Rockstar, Rob's laughing. PR Nightmare says DMX is the best for me. DMX told real stories. He's not the greatest like lyricist of all time, and I've met DMX a couple times. Really cool dude. Actually, I met him after a Ring of Honor show. I think you were there, right? When we went to the restaurant. Yeah, he comes into the Buffalo area a lot. But DMX, yeah, he's great though. Like, love his storytelling. My favorite song from DMX is Baby Mama. All right, that's that. You got to be older to understand that one. Let's see here. What makes AEW so much better than other shows? AEW feels fresh. So here's the thing. I'm fatigued with WWE. 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, 2 hours of NXT, and that doesn't include Superstars, any of the other extra stuff they want you to watch. And imagine, so that's 7 hours normally. Imagine there's another 3 hour pay-per-view. We're at 10 hours a week. That's a part-time job for some people, bro.
Yeah, and it's especially when you think of Raw and how terrible it has been, and then you look at the time, you're like, dude, still got 2 hours.
Well, it's the big show. Yo, sorry, Derek. Yo, if I could, I would have put that meme on the site. I made a meme of Derek as soon as that theme hit, bro. Ciampa to Raw or SmackDown. Ciampa's not going anywhere. He said he will retire if they call him up on the main roster again. A lot of hip-hop lovers in here. Maybe you should do a hip-hop show one day. You know what? I'll incorporate it with the wrestling, bro. Like, if you guys ask questions in those, like when I do the Q&As, put questions in about whatever you want, and I'll try to answer them. I usually say most things are like you can ask about. There's very few things that I will say no to unless you start getting like super personal or you have something real crazy. Like, look, I went over already the time that I said I was for this. My favorite DMX song is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh, yeah. Maybe I showed you that, Casey. I used to show everybody that song at work when we worked at the same place. My favorite rapper now is Lil Uzi Vert. Okay. Let's see here. DMX. Yeah, DMX was good until oh goodness. Favorite DMX track, 6 said Slippin'. Undisputed Era isn't legitimate. All right. New Japan over any other promotion. I like New Japan, Rob. To me, it's just so hard to keep up with the shows, and everything's just, it takes a long time. Jesus, stop. Okay, he wrote just kidding. I just saw it pop up. Yeah, Donnie said New Japan. I love New Japan. New Japan's all right. I love the main event. They have the best main event scene in my opinion. Yeah. Let's see here. PR Nightmare said favorite DMX songs are his Prayers and Damien's Omens. Okay, dope. AEW has passed its honeymoon phase. Nobody's saying that it hasn't. But yeah, I guess. You think Moxley should defend the New Japan title in AEW? The New Japan US title.
Well, yeah. Why not? Everybody else is crossing over, so why not?
I think they need to, if they can establish a working relationship, it'll work out great for both of them.
Yeah.
I think, to me, it sounds more so like the issues on New Japan's end, because they haven't said anything about it.
Yeah.
Let it go, bro. Work together. WrestleMania 37 theme should be a song from Tupac, California Love, or I'm Not Watching. Down. You know I'm down with it. California.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, Tupac and Dre are legendary, bro. I want New Japan and want more an hour later. All right, Chris, that sounds personal. They mentioned New Japan tonight. I get that they mentioned it, but it's what it is, bros. I appreciate everybody who took the time out to check this out. It will go up in audio form later on if you guys do want to listen to it. I appreciate you guys coming on. D, I appreciate you doing the show with me once again, brother.
Always.
Thank you guys. I know some of the questions tonight were kind of like brain rattling. If you guys haven't, check out Dark Side of the Ring, the Brawl for All.
I just watched that yesterday.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I saw it this morning earlier after I was talking to Casey. And Casey, I'll talk to you about it definitely because I wanted to get your thoughts on something you had posted in the group. But guys, check out the links below in the link tree. Make sure that you guys check them out. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, please do. We're almost at 700 members right now. It's a private group. No one sees what you write in there. Just try and keep the peace amongst everybody and understand that opinions are different. I disagree with some people tonight, but you know what? I respect your opinions. I'm going to listen to them at least to hear what you guys have to say. Not many other YouTubers do that. Not many YouTubers read your stuff unless you donate money to them as well. So hopefully you guys appreciate that when we do that stuff. But that's it for me. And for anything else going on with Everything Pro Wrestling, we will be back next Tuesday. Right now, the plan is to continue doing the video game series with Brian Williams. We're going to talk about SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 and SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 to finish out the SmackDown vs. Raw era of the video game. And I can't wait to talk about that. Brian's going to get grilled about something that happened in SVR 10, and he knows it's coming. All right. So with that said, we are out. Peace.